Hello, my name is Matt Dietz, and this is my Module 5 Space and Tool Screencast-O-Matic. I'll be starting with my ideal classroom. Um, Using the software provided, I came up with this layout. The room is 25 by 30, ample storage around the edges. Certainly the height of these storage areas and shelves would impact everything. I have a learning center up here for a large group instruction, seating 24 students, which is currently what I have seating for in my computer lab. So with that, I wanted to maintain the ability to use a projector and project over top of these shelves on a large board for instruction. Also, I wanted to be able to use a station rotation model, which could use these tables and chairs, all of which would be on wheels, and another section here, and then computers on both sides of the room, depending on what I was doing. A couple thoughts. Number one, if all tables and chairs are movable, the flexibility that affords the teacher is incredible. I don't see the computers being on wheels, but I would hope that as we are a one-to-one district, I'd still have the ability to use the student laptops. The computers around the outside, you may wonder, well, why would they be necessary if you're one-to-one? And that would be for dedicated software that is not or is too large to be on the normal laptops for students to use. I have found that with rolling chairs, they do add a great deal of flexibility, and as long as you're clear in your expectations to begin with, it usually works out pretty well. Back here, I have my teacher desk, trying to centralize it as much as possible, and a student desk right beside me, not so much for disciplinary reasons, but more to communicate with a student one-on-one who may need assistance and just maybe pulled out of a group that might be operating at a large group instruction. I don't see any need for additional chairs as long as everything's on roll. That's why you do not see them throughout the room. As for my blended technology review, I selected EverFi. My first experience with EverFi was at the Pete&C conference. I spoke with them briefly about what they were. They scanned my badge, so I get emails regularly from them, but I never really delved into what they represented. And so I got to take a look at that a little more deeper here, and we'll be sharing that with you. Their mission is doing education differently. Quick overview, they are online with gamified courses for the 21st century skills. And their virtual courses are topics specific to financial capabilities, diversity and inclusion, career leadership and success, STEM, health and wellness. And that is physical and mental health. Their courses incorporate 3D games, models, simulation, social media, activities, exercises, and animations. And again, free for teachers. That's relatively simple to use. You create a teacher profile. Go to their website, everfi.com, create a teacher profile. You'll receive a class code and a corresponding link from EverFi, and students will also receive a link, and they will have to create a student profile. The teacher then can browse by topic, grade level, or standard, and what I found was that they have a range K through 12, and actually even some higher education courses. And then teachers go ahead after they browse what's available, and they go ahead and select the courses, add them to their portal, and then assign them to the students to complete. Student achievement and progress is electronically recorded for the teacher. Now I'll share a little bit with what is available specifically from EverFi. This is a list of EverFi's resources, and they have I wouldn't say an extensive amount, but touching on some education, some things that our students need to know to be successful in life. For instance, their financial education course I know is used by a school district in Virginia that actually has somewhere around 90,000 students, and that is just part of it. Will do checkbooks, personal investment. It will also talk about credit card use and loans, just preparing kids for what they may face as they move out into the real world. When I first went to EverFi's website and started checking them out, the area that was most interesting to me was the STEM and career readiness. I had really hoped to find some material that I would want to use in my class and in my STEM class. And what I found was that it's a little bit different than what I was looking for. There, the biggest piece of this section is the career readiness, and I use some other methods, but it leads kids through some different courses, or there's different courses available to lead kids through career exploration, what jobs consist of, what you can expect to make, and how to get from point A to point B. The STEM piece was knitted together from the NHL. They put some information out, or some came up with a curriculum to go through that addresses some STEM readiness, and that's what I found with the different curriculums. It's not an EverFi production. They've partnered with these large corporations and developed in partnership curriculum that they thought might be missing in current education, or to be addressed, or make it more easy to use. So it was really that mating of big business and education coming together. The social and emotional, as well as the health and wellness, was both physical and mental well-being. Some material there that would be great, maybe for health courses, or some other maybe social classes. Or we have a class with our 8th graders. It's called Choices, that I could see it being used as. We're just talking to kids about making good choices, and certainly alcohol and drug abuse, addressing some of those issues. Cultural literacy, the only thing that I found on their website that really fit into that was some African American studies, a course just talking about the history of African Americans in the United States, and then some summer learning, which was specific to math and ELA, just providing something for kids to stay caught up and sharp over the summer. It is an excellent example. EverFi is of a nonprofit existing out there, looking to fill the gap of current public education, by partnering with both local and national resources, corporations, banks, higher education, to again, just to fill a gap that the leadership of EverFi thought was missing. Thank you very much.